Hello, it's Laulu. It's Thursday, April 2nd. I want to talk to you today about the record unemployment claims that have been filed last week, the impact it has on citizens who are tenants, what impact that will have on residential landlords, and ultimately the larger impact on the broader commercial real estate market. 6.6 million people filed last week for unemployment. If you add that to the prior week of 3.3 million, we now have 10 million cumulative who filed for unemployment. That said, a lot of those folks had rents and mortgages due yesterday. While some mortgage companies are working with homeowners, it's not quite as clear what options tenants are going to have. We understand that the CARES Act was passed that's going to provide some cash relief for folks, but that's going to take several weeks before that money comes in. Yet people have to make very difficult decisions about buying groceries, medicine, so on and so forth. That said, the advice for tenants is understanding if you have a mortgage, you reach out to your mortgage company and see what forbearance options they have available. Read the fine print before signing up so that you understand clearly what the terms are and what your obligations are going forward. On the tenant side, most states like Texas, for example, have forbidden evictions for the next 60 days. It's a tough call to make, and while not trying to encourage people not to pay their rents, people need to understand that they do have rights, and people really have to think about how do they preserve themselves through the duration of this period. And so figure out a way that you might be able to work something out with with your landlord is very important while you seek other sources of relief. From the landlord side, or shall I say apartment owners, a lot of them will have some relief coming because they'll have an opportunity, if their mortgages are federally backed mortgages, they'll have an opportunity to apply for relief. The others will have some more difficult decisions that they have to take. Similarly, on the commercial real estate side, those, especially retail owners who have mortgages that are federally backed, again, there's some relief available for them, while those who don't have federally backed mortgages really are going to have to pick up the phone, call their lenders, and try to figure out how they can better hopefully work out and resolve things. That said, for people who are tenants, who are renting from a lot of these landlords, pick up the phone. Landlords, some are being proactive and really trying to work out relief or work out payment arrangements that can work for both themselves and their tenants. And so that could be a good sign. We anticipate that there's going to be a record number of defaults without, notwithstanding all these efforts that we hope people do actively take. But that said, as you know, from the 2008 crisis, real estate is a completely integrated and intertwined market. So what happens on one end is likely to confer effects on the other end. That said, again, hang in there. Think about how do you preserve, whether it's your home, your apartment, your rental house, and then really how do you worry about self-preservation. And for business owners, cash flow is going to be king, and you really need to make some tough decisions early on, including applying for all the small businesses loans that are available and resources that are out there. Thanks for listening. I'm Laulu Davis Yemerton. Take care.